been a traumatic week for India with the Air India plane crash, and this is having an immense psychological impact on people, even those who didn't know anybody who was on that Air India plane. There's been non-stop media coverage, of course, and with social media, we feel personally connected to so many of the victims and their families. And a lot of therapists and psychiatrists are saying that they're getting calls and messages from people who are feeling so disturbed. To discuss the mental health fallout of this crash, I'm joined by Executive Editor of Free Press Journal, Afrida Ali.
Thank you, Anushka. Thank you so much. Indeed, like 1 week later now, Anushka, if you think about it, things fall off the headline. But if you notice, in this case, it has not fallen off the headline. Every day there's something or the other reported because bodies are coming back, we see the grieving families, and it's striking so close home, isn't it? I mean, this is a passenger aircraft from a city very close to where we live, right? Which was flying to London. It's like one of those things and that makes you feel this could have been us. So is that why we are feeling this sense of grief? What do you think?
Yes, I think that's one of the reasons it hit very close to home. People, it's on a route like Ahmedabad, London, and London is a place where, people frequently visit from India. And I think it's hitting close to home. But I also think there's another reason. I think because so many of these heartbreaking stories are coming out, funerals are being covered live. I think people, at least I almost feel like I knew some of these victims personally, and all over I'm seeing a lot of chats and messages or comments on social media saying I'm feeling so much grief with this incident, more than what I felt during a war, during a riot. We're just feeling so much tremendous grief. There's a lot of empathy and grief because also there's no explanation for it. There's no explanation for it, not yet. No, it's absolutely inexplicable. We don't, so there's no closure. We don't know why this happened.
It's the rarest of the rare also. I mean, we've not seen too many of these cases. Air travel is supposed to be the safest. This particular Dreamliner was supposed to be one of the safest aircrafts, and for so many things to go wrong. And what has personally impacted me, of course, as a journalist, Anushka, you and me, we have seen so many disasters and calamities all the time, and we cover. The reason why, because of the families, because there are children, there are parents. Look at this couple, Arjun and Bharti Patolia. Their 2 daughters left behind in UK. The father had come to immerse the ashes of his wife, who he just lost to cancer. Just think about the enormity of this. Same with that doctor couple who were going, to settle in UK. The wife had just left her job with their 3 lovely children, that selfie. All of that, I think, keeps playing up in our minds. These are not images we can forget easily, is it?
Not at all. I keep replaying this in my mind. What I call it is unfathomable tragedy. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. That scale of tragedy. I mean, you mentioned these instances. I was reading about these 2 young girls, Gujarati, British nationals of Indian origin, Heer and Dheer Bakshi. They surprised their grandmother in Gujarat, their Nani, and flying back, both of them died. Imagine for the parents to lose 2 children.
And remember the gay couple, they were like so cheerful, they were celebrating the moment, not realizing these are the lives. I mean, you see that, it just makes you feel, that life, of course, is so fragile, so unpredictable. And like you said, when you don't find closure, it is all the more disturbing. Of course, we have seen Gaza, and at one point I also thought, okay, why am I feeling so impacted by this when I've seen so many Gaza children die? And we see, even today I saw this image of a child crying over the father's body, saying food is not being allowed in and all. But do you think that this reaction to this crash has been very different, whereas there is always humanitarian crisis across the world. There's always human tragedies that we deal with.
See, that's a very good point, like you said. Why is the reaction to this different? Now, I'm not a psychologist, but from what my understanding is that yes, we see horrible tragedies in Gaza. We've seen what happened in Pahalgam was awful. But somewhere the brain in those instances knows it's conflict zone. It's war zone. Okay, Kashmir has security issues. We know there's cross-border terrorism. So in that sense, it's not a shock, and this is my understanding of it. It's not a shock to the brain. Doesn't take away from the tragedy. Very, very tragic. But you expect certain things to happen in a conflict
zone. Or you attribute
zone.
it to something.
This
and
was just
there is a closure, like, okay, you can attribute it to this. This you are not able to attribute to anything as what you said. Yeah.
What you attribute it to, there's no explanation. There's an explanation, doesn't reduce the tragedy, but there's at least an explanation. So somewhere the brain gets a bit of closure. Also, what I've noticed in cases like at least Pahalgam or for many in Gaza, there's a lot of anger. There's a lot of anger, let's say Pahalgam with cross-border terrorists, whatever it is. Sometimes when that anger combines with grief, it almost helps you manage the grief. I don't know. That's just my thinking on this.
But this is all grief.
Yes.
This is like undiluted, concentrated grief, which is becoming so difficult. The psychological impact. Just one last point, again drawing from what you said, that the series of events, you referred to Pahalgam. I would also even refer to something that happened locally here in Mumbai, where people fell off a moving train and died, So the reason why these sort of incidents strikes us or impacts us is because we are constantly grappling with the fact that what if it was me?
Absolutely.
And we take these flights all the time, right? I mean, that's why what you said makes so much sense to me, that we are not safe anywhere at any point of time. It's like we are standing here and something could just drop in. I mean, I'm not trying to be alarmist or morose out here, but it is that, I guess, which makes us feel that, oh my God, I mean, how do I go on with life like this? Knowing that every moment there is something out there who's stepping on a landmine.
It's that vulnerability and that unpredictability. But I say to that of course consult a mental health practitioner if you're feeling like that. Also pray. I think prayers help. Just have faith.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Anushka.
Thanks, everyone.